There is a belief in Japan that reality is not as stable as we think. It doesn't collapse suddenly, it loosens. And the most dangerous moment is when you try to make sure that you are still here. This story is not about ghosts, it's about confirmation. I learned this from an online forum that no longer exists. The post was simple: don't do this in front of a mirror. No explanation, no warning, just that sentence. People asked questions. Is this a joke? One reply stood out. I'm still here, I think. That should have been enough to stop me. But curiosity doesn't care about fear. The rule was short. At night, alone. Stand in front of a mirror with the lights off. Then say, I am real. Once, do not repeat it. Do not correct yourself. Do not check your reflection afterward. That last part was emphasized. Do not check. I waited a week before trying. I told myself I was just testing a story. Nothing more. My apartment was quiet. The clock read 2:14 a.m. I turned off the lights. The mirror reflected almost nothing. Just a vague shape. Me. I said the words, I am real. My voice sounded wrong. Too close. I waited. Nothing happened. Relief came first, then embarrassment. And that's when I made the mistake. I leaned forward, just a little, to see my face. The reflection moved slower than I did. Not much, just enough that I noticed. My heart started racing. I told myself it was my imagination. I straightened up. The reflection followed. A delay. Barely there. I stepped back. The reflection didn't. That's when I turned the lights on. Everything was normal. Too normal. My face looked fine, but something felt unfinished, like a sentence that stops before the period. The next morning, my phone didn't recognize my face. I had to enter my password. At work, a coworker asked if I had lost weight. Another said I looked flat. That night I avoided mirrors, but reflections don't only live in glass. Windows, screens, dark surfaces. In all of them, I was slightly late. Always following, never leading. I went back to the forum. The thread was gone. The entire site redirected to an error page, except for one cached comment. You checked, didn't you? That night, I dreamed of standing in front of a mirror. Only this time, my reflection spoke first. I am real. I tried to answer. No sound came out. I woke up gasping. The delay was worse now. When I moved my hand, the reflection waited. When I smiled, it studied my face before copying me. It was learning. I stopped sleeping, stopped going outside. Reality felt thin, like paper held up to light. I searched everywhere for a way to undo it. There was none, only an explanation. Reality doesn't need to be confirmed. Only doubted. The moment you try to prove you exist, you give reality permission to check you back. Last night, the reflection didn't follow at all. It stayed still, watching. I turned away. But I can feel it standing there, practicing. Soon it won't need the mirror anymore. And when it steps forward, I will be the reflection, so listen carefully. If you are alone, if it is dark, and you feel the urge to make sure that you are real, don't. Some questions are invitations.